In April, the best-selling car, regardless of powertrain, was an electric hatchback made by GEELY. And interestingly, in fact, very interestingly, GEELY is clearly catching up to BYD. I don't know why no one's noticing this fact, but GEELY are clearly taking market share. And the top 10 best-selling electric cars in China this year, for the first 4 months of the year, the top 10, number one was not a BYD, was not a Tesla, it was this GEELY EV. But GEELY, they don't just have the number one best-selling car in China this year. When it comes to electric cars, in the top 10 list, they have 3 of the top 10. BYD only have 2. Electric car sales in China they've risen pretty dramatically this year. And the best-selling EV in the month of April was a car that I think most people, I'd say 99% of people in Australia and the United States and even the UK and Europe would have never ever heard of. But it's a car that, well, it's revolutionizing the value proposition when it comes to buying an EV. I actually think that this car will have an enormous effect on other brands, on the entire market. And, well, there's a very good reason why it's beating BYD. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. Great to have you with us. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. In China, in the first 3 months of the year, these were the overall brand rankings. BYD number one with 886,700 sales. GEELY second, not that far behind, with 675,000 sales. That means that BYD sales grew by 13%, but GEELY's actually grew by 87%. A lot of that is on the back of this new, well, relatively new electric car, which has now sold 200,000 already in less than 6 months on sale. Volkswagen was third with a decline in sales of 3%. Toyota was fourth, up 9%. Wuling up 21%. Chang'an down 18%. Chery plus 26%. Honda down 36%. BMW down 17% and Audi down 11%. You can clearly see what's happening here to these legacy automakers. Volkswagen down, Honda down 36%, BMW down, Audi down. So if the future is Chinese cars, well, which ones are actually selling the best? In April, the best-selling car was the GEELY Xingyuan, which sold 36,000 units. Next was BYD's Song. There's a hybrid version and an EV version of the Song, and there was 34,000 of those delivered. Following that one in third place was the BYD Seagull with 34,000 deliveries. Now, guys, I just did a video on comparing the Xingyuan to the BYD Seagull. And whilst the BYD Seagull is a great car, good value for money, the truth is the GEELY version is a bit nicer, it's significantly bigger, and it's the same price. And you can really see why it's selling why it's the number one best-selling car in China. In fourth place was the Wuling Mini EV, which is extremely affordable, and its sales grew by 133% versus the same month last year, for a total of 29,000 deliveries. Next was the Xiaomi SU7 with 28,600 deliveries, up 305% versus the same month last year. That was followed by the BYD Qin Plus. Its sales are down by 45% with 25,000 deliveries. The Nissan Sylphy, 24,000 deliveries. The Nissan Sylphy used to be for years the best-selling car in China. Obviously, it isn't anymore. It's actually a hybrid now, though, so it makes these lists. That was followed by the BYD Qin L with 24,400 deliveries. And then the GEELY Xingyu L had 23,700 deliveries, and that was up 77%. As you can see, the top 10, there's no Teslas. Tesla Model Y and the Tesla Model 3, neither of them were in the top 10. And this is a list, by the way, of EVs and plug-in hybrids or new energy vehicles, which is a combination of those types of cars. Now, proving my point, you can see here from Clean Technica that the BYD Seagull is not actually classified in the same rankings as the GEELY Xingyuan, because the Seagull is actually classified as an A segment car, and the GEELY is classified as a B segment car. It's an entirely different size category, yet they're the same price. You can really see they're actually similar range cars as well. So you can really see here how Geely is doing so incredibly well. Now, looking at the list of just purely the best-selling electric cars in China, the Xingyuan, of course, was first. That was followed by the BYD Song in second. BYD Seagull was third. Wuling Hongwan Mini EV was fourth. Xiaomi SU7 was fifth. BYD Qin Plus next, followed by the Qin L. Tesla Model Y was in eighth place. So the eighth best-selling EV was the Model Y in the month of April. Pretty surprising numbers. Possibly, maybe, because Tesla was shipping cars outside of China rather than selling them in China. Who knows? We'll find out soon. That was followed by the Geely Panda Mini. So Geely has two small hatchbacks that are selling incredibly well. In 10th place was the Li Yang L6, followed by the Xpeng Mona M03 with 14,000 deliveries, the BYD Seal 06, a combination of hybrids and the electric version, followed by the Chang'an Lumen, which is sort of a similar car to the BYD Seagull. Next was the BYD Sea Lion, the BYD UN Plus, which is the BYD 803, the BYD Song L, BYD Han, Wuling Bingo, Geely Galaxy Starship 7, and then you've got the Ato M9. Here's what Clean Technica had to say about what was the best-selling car in China, and probably will be for several months this year, maybe even for the entire year. This was the formula that finally made a Geely model beat the BYD competition, as well as the rest of the competition, and this April it even allowed it to win the Best Sellers Trophy in China. Best-selling car in China is a massive award, and obviously it's the kind of thing that Geely are going to use to show people, well, this is what people are buying. This might actually lead to significantly more sales. Besides the incredible price, all the support that comes from a leading OEM like Geely helps as well as a rounded, sensible design. Somewhere between a Wuling Bingo and a smart #3. Starting with an 80,000 yen price, it actually starts at $9,500. The buyer gets a 30 kilowatt hour lithium iron phosphate battery from CATL, which is actually pretty significant and means it's significantly cheaper than the BYD Dolphin. So Geely hit 36,120 reservations, its fourth record month in a row. Exports, well, they're not even exporting them yet. Once they start exporting this car, if they do, it's going to sell like crazy. So here's a list of the 20 best-selling electric cars in China this year. Number one is the BYD Song, which is mostly plug-in hybrids, so I don't personally rank that in this list. The Geely Xingyuan is the best-selling EV in China this year, which is a remarkable result for a car that everyone outside of China has even heard of. Next was the Wuling Hongwan Mini EV with 115,000 deliveries, quite a way down at 10,000 less deliveries than the Geely. Third was the BYD Seagull, 113,000. In fourth was the Xiaomi SU7 with 104,000, which is a remarkable result. Fifth was the Tesla Model Y. In sixth place, the Tesla Model 3. Seventh, the Xpeng Mona M03. To be honest, the Tesla Model 3 and the Xpeng Mona had almost exactly the same number of deliveries. That was followed by the Geely Panda Mini and then the BYD UN Plus. So as you can see, 3 of the 10 best-selling cars in China for the entire year so far this year were Geelys. And there's only 2 BYDs in the top 10. I mean, I'm just going to re-emphasize that point. Top 10 best-selling electric cars in China this year for the whole year, first 4 months of the year. Only 2 BYDs and 3 Geely EVs. I've been saying for quite a while now that I think Geely is catching up to BYD, and I think this is kind of proving the point. What are your thoughts? Does this resonate with your experience? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Bye-bye.